porn and all that stuff. And then we got to the point where Mr. Beast himself came out and cut ties with Chris Tyson. Chris Tyson is gone. Big X on Chris Tyson.
Oh,
Wiped off the map. During all of this, a former Mr. Beast employee known as Jake the Viking was definitely on the Nick Merck side. You know, definitely going to war with Chris Tyson, calling Chris Tyson out, fighting with Chris Tyson during all this. Going after Mr. Beast, putting out tweets saying Jimmy knew. During this controversy, it took time for Mr. Beast to make a statement, and Jake the Viking put out tweets saying, oh, he's being very quiet. He's not saying anything. Jake the Viking got a lot of clout calling out Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson during this and this scandal. Thousands of new followers. Millions.
yeah, I knew
of
he had
views.
information he wasn't talking
The
about.
tweet that he put out saying Jimmy knew,
He
literally
knew too.
got millions of views.
How does he know if? How does he know that Jimmy knows if he doesn't
Just
know?
a couple days ago, we had another exposed video come out, and it was from Dog Pack 404, who's also a former employee of Mr. Beast.
That guy is based so far. So far.
In that new exposed video, we find out that there was actually a gentleman in the Mr. Beast videos known as Delaware. That was his nickname. Who was a registered sex offender and also the brother-in-law of Jake the Viking.
Registered sex offender for a minor from age
Now, the
1 to
victim
11.
in this situation was 11 years old.
We don't know that.
11.
Do we know that?
Delaware took a plea agreement and he agreed to be a sex offender with an 11-year-old victim. Pretty cut and dry stuff. Not only was this registered sex offender hired by Mr. Beast, he was the manager and he was in a video. But of course,
Which
he had to wear
video?
a mask to hide his
Oh,
identity.
yeah, I heard about that.
So at the same time that Jake the Viking was calling out Chris
I think I remember
Tyson,
seeing
at
that.
the same time Jake the Viking was putting out tweets saying Jimmy knew, he was withholding information that his own brother-in-law is a registered sex
Yep.
offender with an 11-year-old victim who also worked for Mr. Beast. Put emojis in the chat if you see the hypocrisy. This is insane. Now, once this came out, Jake the Viking was forced to come out and acknowledge that this all took place and that this was all real, that his brother-in-law really was a sex offender.
I'm not one for
But he
canceling,
went on
but
to say in his statement that the guy's a good guy.
I'm not one for canceling, but I think that all of the
basically
advertisers
supporting
should
the
pull
brother-in-law.
out. This is ridiculous.
Crazy stuff.
If it would have been anybody else.
Jimmy knew. You know who else knew? Jake the Viking. Jake the Viking knew.
So many others
And
too.
isn't saying anything until it gets leaked, until it's all out there and there's no stopping it. Then he says something.
I haven't heard Chandler say
You know how
anything.
insane it is to have a channel, the biggest channel on YouTube, that makes its content for kids? Let's be real. Yes, adults can enjoy it, but it's, come on. And they got a registered sex offender working for them. And people are picking teams like it's Jake the Viking versus Chris Tyson, or Chris Tyson versus Jake the Viking. There's no teams here. All are bad. All are guilty. There's no sides here. Now,
There are, actually.
Twitter video calling out Jake the Viking and his clout demon hypocrisy on my personal Twitter, which went absolutely viral, went nuts.
The sides are
1 million views right now.
people who touch children,
No, I haven't seen it.
people who don't touch children.
And one of the alleged victims of the Discord of Chris Tyson came out and said, are we really going to cancel Jake the Viking? Really? Shouldn't we be focusing on Mr. Beast?
No, cancel them all.
Tyson?
No, get rid of all of them.
I say focus on all of them.
Yep.
They're all wrong
Based.
in this situation. But a lot of these people they're trying to do teams. They're trying to do team sports with this. We're talking about children's safety. There are no teams. It's everybody versus the bad guys. Let's be real. Nathan goes on to say that we should blame KEEMSTAR for this. You should blame me because I'm covering this. And
Yeah,
I'm
blame
making all
everybody
this
who's
money off
talking
of
about it.
Twitter.
The only reason people are talking about
And
it
I
is
don't know
because
if you
people are
guys know
talking
this,
about
but
it.
you don't make money on Twitter. You don't. You don't post tweets to make money. We did
Some
a
people do.
billion views in July. And I just looked at the numbers. We made $3,000. That wouldn't even pay one of my employees. You don't post tweets to make money. You don't make money on this platform. So I thought that was just fucking silly. But you see, Nathan is mad at me because I called him out. Nathan, at one point, was going to excuse me. Nathan, at one point, was going to release the not safe for work files that he had in the Chris Tyson Discord. Now, this would be the most damning stuff in that Discord. Because remember,
Just the fact that they are acknowledged to exist is bad
Sorry,
enough.
sick.
I
Let
don't
me
even
grab a
care.
drink real quick.
I don't even
Remember, children had access to that Discord and the non-safe for work channel where there was a lot of really bad stuff in there and children had access to it. So we were about to find the most damning stuff. Now, Nathan said in a interview that he did with Side Scrollers on YouTube that he had the files and he was going to release them soon. He also put out a personal tweet saying that he had them and he was going to release them soon. We covered it right here on Dromler, putting out a post saying the not safe for work files were about to come out. Excuse me.
I thought that was the real Marjorie
But then
Taylor
they never
Greene.
came out. Nathan put out a tweet saying, oops, mistake. I said that incorrectly. We don't have them. What? How do you say that in an interview and put out a tweet and then you don't have that? There's like no explanation. I feel like the dude just lied about this. And so I keep calling him out about it, that it seems fishy. And he's been mad at me ever since. But I told you when I started this stream that I was going to drop a bombshell. And I wanted to do it directly to Nathan. I wanted Nathan to be here when I drop this bombshell.
Are we hearing a bombshell? Are we bearing
because
witness?
Now we have Mr. Beast that's withhold information, Chris Tyson that's withhold information, Jake the Viking that's withhold information to the public that we should know because this stuff is a danger to kids, right?
Don't forget about all the other guys. More than just
them.
But
I'm telling you right now, there's another person that's withholding information. And that's Nathan.
No, there's a lot more people.
Nathan, the big leaker of the Discord, the one that's going to tell everybody all the secrets about Chris Tyson and what Chris Tyson was doing in the Discord, is withholding information as well. Because Nathan,
I think the government's going to have to get involved.
Was the editor.
I'm surprised they haven't
Jake
yet.
the Viking.
If it would have been anybody else.
He was Jake the Viking's editor when Jake the Viking left Mr. Beast. And don't quote me on these exact ages, but Jake was around 15 to 17 years old in this time period where he was editing videos for Jake the Viking.
That's very young.
Then,
way too young to be
20 years, excuse me, not 20 years
for
old.
Random
in the
YouTubers.
Year 2020, my bad. In the year 2020,
that was not that long ago. That's COVID.
Jake the Viking flew out a 17-year-old Nathan to come hang out.
Can't do that.
Nathan's the editor to Jake the Viking. Jake the Viking flies the 17-year-old out to his house to hang out. Now, that's not really weird.
Yes, it is. An adult wanting
weird
a kid to hang out.
Is if Jake the Viking took the 17-year-old over to a registered sex offender's house.
Yep.
Now, that would be fucking weird. That would kind of be a bombshell, wouldn't it? Not only do I have the tweets of Jake the Viking tweeting at
Everybody's going
Nintendo
down, man.
Nate, I believe was his username at the time, that he's coming over and he's going to hang out when he's 17 years old. But I also have a screenshot from within the Discord from 2 days ago. From 2 days ago. And I'm going to read that screenshot to you right now. Again, keep in mind, this is Nathan from a couple days ago in a Discord. His friend says to him, "Did you know your boss's brother-in-law, manager, was a kitty diddler?" Nathan responds, "I had no idea until earlier this month. I went to the dude's house when I was 17.
And still he defends Jake, the guy who took him over there.
A crazy acknowledgement right there. He went to the dude's house when he was 17.
One's a kitty diddler, always a kitty diddler.
Now, this would be much easier to get some answers, right? If Nathan was here. But Nathan won't come here. He won't have a conversation about this. I got the receipts. I got the evidence. I guess my question is, Jake the Viking, why are you withholding even more information? Nate, why are you withholding information? Jake the Viking was supposed to be the one that was trying to expose
Money.
Mr. Beast
This is the answer.
and Chris Tyson for
right
all
here.
the wrongdoing that they did. Jake the Viking is putting out all these fucking tweets over and over again. Jimmy knew. You got Nathan over here. I'm going to leak all the fucking Discord logs. I'm going to expose all of them. You deserve the truth.
I hope Jimmy comes out and exposes everybody.
His brother-in-law who worked for Mr. Beast,
just throws them all under the bus.
Sex offender, and the victim was 11 years old. No, he didn't. And these are the guys that are trying to reveal the truth behind the Mr. Beast empire.
I'm starting to think Mr. Beast didn't know, and he's just retarded.
Tell anybody when he was 17 years old, Jake the Viking flew him out?
I think he was just letting people run his company.
That apparently Jake the Viking, allegedly, according to Nathan, took him to a registered sex offender's house? No!
I think Mr. Beast was involved in the videos, and that was it. He didn't care.
Stop acting like there's teams. They're all wrong. They're all doing shitty stuff. They're all withholding information, and they're all guilty.
Yep.
It's fucking insane. The more you look into this story, the more you find out everyone is a bad guy. And when they get cornered, their response is, "Oh, you're defending Mr. Beast." No, I'm not. Every negative thing that's came out about Mr. Beast and his company and his affiliates has been covered right here on Trauma Alert. No, I'm not. Or I get tweets saying I'm defending Chris Tyson. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he said Chris Tyson.
Chris Tyson. Chris Tyson supported the cartoon CP artist that drew my 8-year-old daughter. No, I'm not. And I'm definitely not on Jake the Viking side. I see this guy as a fucking crazy clout-deeming hypocrite.
And a liar.
The Nathan guy, I believe he's lying.
They're all
about
liars.
The not safe for work thing. Straight up lying. Still no good explanation. But what I can tell you is this. At no point, and all Nathan's exposed on the situation, has he mentioned that Jake the Viking flew him out at age 17 and allegedly took him over to a registered sex offender's house. At no point. And ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to post the screenshots to my personal Twitter.
Here we
so
go.
You guys can all see them.
All right. I'm heading over there.
And then we'll call it a day. We'll see what Nathan's response is to all of this.
All right. I'm here. I'm
I do
waiting.
need to get a screenshot of the tweet. Bear with me. It might take a moment.
Well, I've got a moment.
I'm only going to give you 2 screenshots, by the way. It's going to be a screenshot.
Yeah, he's got to keep that for ammo.
Bear with me. Of Jake the Viking saying that Nathan's coming over back in 2020. And then
That wasn't that long
I'm
ago.
going to. Okay, I got that screenshot. So this is a screenshot back in 2020 of Jake the Viking having the 17
Whoop.
where Nate says, and I quote, "I had no idea until earlier this month. I went to the dude's house when I was 17." Let's see. Let's caption this by Jake the Viking.
He's sure taking a while. Get this posted. There we go. I just got the notification for it on my phone.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, that tweet is live. Jake the Viking flew a 17-year-old out to meet Delaware. I mean, why is everyone withholding information? This shit is so fucking bad.
Ooh.
This is so insane. Why is this being withheld? Why is fucking Nathan not mentioning this? It makes no sense. He's the guy trying to expose everything, right? Why is Jake the Viking not mentioning this? He's the guy trying to expose everything, right? How is this getting forgotten? It's so insane.
Not good. That is not good. That is super not good.
Well, I'll wait for Jake the Viking and Nate's response on this. And I have a lot more receipts, but those two right there pretty much tell the story. But there's a lot of other stuff that's going to come out in the near future. Make sure you're paying attention to my personal Twitter and Drama Alert. My buddy Raw Alerts is in here. Follow him for real world news. I had to rant, man. I'm so sick of these motherfuckers. Oh, so you support this person? They're all bad. They are all bad.
True.
Everyone has fucked up and made a mistake here. And we'll see you on the next Twitter space. See you guys.
Yeah, I think Mr. Beast just wasn't paying attention. I think that's most of it, which is not an excuse. I still think that he needs to be just as canceled as everybody else. Advertisers need to pull out and need to start banning them off platforms. When you involve children and S-word activity, that's when you need to get out. We need to put you on an island and isolate you and let you fend for yourself. Well, I guess that's all for today, boils and ghouls. Maybe we'll have some more crazy stuff come out about Mr. Beast tomorrow. I guarantee it, because it's so far been every day since it started. Now, get out of my house.